By the way, Uzi, I don't know if you're talking there with your mic muted, but I can see you talking about it. I couldn't hear you speaking. Oh my god, this is nerve-wracking. But okay, hello everybody. Welcome into this episode of the Prem de la Creme. A very special one because we're on the new account. So if you're new here, make sure to drop a follow. This is the home of great football banter. And every Sunday we will go live and talk about what happened this weekend. This weekend on the esteemed panel, well, we have the regulars, -1. We have the absolute regulars, the GOATs. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves. So I'm going to go that way, and then they're going to work their way down. So on my screen, that's official Uzi. So Uzi, chat to the people.
What's happening, guys? As you know, I am the Manchester United rep. We move on.
No belt today for you. No belt today for you.
I don't even know where the it's here, but it's not. It's that.
Pack it away.
Put it away. Just put it away.
Bro. I have to put it away. Honestly, for this game.
And then we got Mac as well in a new setting today. Mohammed Azhar probably noticed he's in a new setting because he's such a regular.
What's happening, guys? I'm the Arsenal rep. Was a good weekend until this team played. Sad.
We can check men sunlight liquid.
And then we got down below. We got the corner flag, Mr. Nawaz.
How's it going, everybody? Yeah. No, it was a depressing weekend. Chelsea also bottlers. Just have to say that. They forgot that we don't want Arsenal to win the league, so I don't know why they're getting last minute equalizers here. But yeah, no, I'm happy to be here.
Nice. And then rounding us off, last but not least, my boy, Mr. Nikhil. What are you telling me?
Hi guys, I'm a Liverpool fan, but I think after this episode I will be moving to golf as the preferred sport that I'll be watching. So yeah, keen to get this episode going and done.
Nice. Well, I don't know about you boys, but I think we should start there. How about we start in West London, where Fulham played host to Liverpool and the game ended how the game ended. So I'm going to leave the floor to Nikhil and Nawaz to kind of give their thoughts on what happened.
Yeah, I mean, Nikhil, I'll start off because I know you'll fill in the gaps for me. I think Liverpool. It was a game of two halves, but Liverpool also they playing like Barcelona, right? But listen to me. They play like Barcelona without the effectiveness. Like we're playing possession-based football with no threat. It doesn't make any sense. That's how Liverpool play. Centre back CDM, centre back wide man, centre back CDM. But when it comes to the final third, all of a sudden the boys forget how to play football. It was a strange one. Because even when Liverpool were 1-1 into the game, then the man, he knows we're trying to chase a win, and he takes off his most creative, influential player in Florian Wirtz, who's on fire at the moment. 3 GA in 4 games. Come on. And then he takes him off when we still need one more goal. It doesn't make sense. But then at the end of the day, he also took him up for Frimpong, who got the assist for the second goal. Slot is a frustrating figure. I want to know. I'll debate it with Nikhil now whether we in or out. But I'm still iffy with him. Nikhil, I'll give it to you.
Honestly, we've reached 2026, and Liverpool have played 2 games with 2 draws, and that's against Leeds and Fulham. It's a frustrating thing to look at with Liverpool because I feel we've got the players for creativity, but we provide no creativity, and it's just I still feel that it's boring play. And when Liverpool even win games like how we won against Wolves, it's still not convincing enough, and it just shows in a game of this magnitude away to Fulham. I think it's as I said, it's a frustrating figure right now. We spent over 200 million on strikers, and we got Cody Gakpo up front. So the luck obviously isn't on our side. I'll say injury-wise as well. But even when they are there, it is an impact. But I just feel that even with the substitutions, I didn't understand why Wirtz was coming off. Yes, he was having a good game. He was the most creative player we had. Unfortunately, right now, McAllister he's a shadow. He's just literally a body on the pitch right now. And I mean, he's even struggling himself to get in the game. Gravenberch and Jones, I'm seeing Gravenberch spending more time running backwards and basically being more creative than the man that he used to be for us. So, and yeah, obviously the goals. Liverpool will be the only team The only team who will let somebody score, I think their first goal for Fulham, where he shoots, and I can bet my life the guy can probably do that 100 times again after that, and he will never be able to score that goal. But Liverpool and conceding late is just something of a trend right now. If it's not coming from a corner, it's coming from an absolute worldie, which obviously stunned us. I mean, Cody Gakpo pulled a Richarlison, literally.
Yeah, that just terrible. Just terrible. But you know what? Like you were talking about McAllister there. Yeah? Liverpool, like we don't have bad players. That's one thing. As much as we're having
Yeah.
a very strange season, one thing people can never say is that this is like Roy Hodgson, because Roy Hodgson was a terrible manager with terrible
Mm,
players. Arne Slot
mm.
has the players, and this game there is just one example out of many examples this season where he's playing the players not in their strengths, not using them to their full potential. Why is McAllister the best midfielder that you have there out of the starting 11? Why is he the deepest midfielder? He should be the number 10. Why is Curtis Jones the number 10? Like, that
Curtis
made no
Jones is
sense to me.
always in the front. Curtis Jones, any ball that we have in the
He
box is
doesn't even
Curtis
go
Jones that
front.
is there. It is Curtis, and it's frustrating. I mean, Liverpool played with Cody Gakpo up front, but when he had his first one-on-one, shot the ball like he hasn't, literally, typically like he hasn't scored in 2 months, because he hasn't. I think it was 2 months that they said he hasn't scored a goal for Liverpool. And with him, even in the game, he carried on drifting wide because he's just so used to playing that way. He's such a one-dimensional player. It's cut in and shoot, cut in and shoot. That how often was he literally down the middle there for Liverpool to actually make a proper impact? He wasn't. Yes, okay, he did get the goal at the end, but where did he get the goal from? Running from the wing, coming in at the
Yeah.
back post at the end. So, but as I said, it's such a difficult one to criticize Slot for this as well, because what the hell could we have done for that goal at the end for the equalizer? What could we have done? I mean,
Yeah.
he shot it, it went in. What can you do? But I
But is
think
the
the
question
midfield
not
is
more about the play leading up to that? Because really, like, you got a that was very poor defending from Fulham for the second goal.
it was
When
yeah.
when you went 1-0 down for a long period of that game, you didn't look like you were really even threatening. To be honest, it didn't even look like you were threatening. Is that not more of the problem?
And that's the thing I hate the most, and that's the thing I miss so much from Jurgen Klopp's play, or maybe even the play that we had of last season, is that high press, high energetic play is something that Liverpool just don't have. When it was 1-1, and I think we had an opportunity or something, Liverpool won't take the chance. From a corner, they'll really want to do it. Gravenberch is like being instructed by Slot to stop, to turn around, to make a back pass, to get everyone back. Liverpool are just too scared to take risks. And it's crazy because the oppositions take the risks against us and they score. But Liverpool just won't
You know what
take
it
the
comes
risk.
down to? You know what it comes down to? You know what it comes down to? It comes down to the poor structure that always is there. Because how can you also have the intensity if you don't have structure? Like what Klopp's side had was a structure. We knew, okay, once a specific player has the ball, it's almost like a trigger for Bobby to start the press, or for Salah to start the press, or for Mane to start the press. Now
Yeah.
there's so many players that almost have a free roaming instruction. Because Florian Wirtz, you can't tell me he's not a free roaming player. He's a free roaming player, right? You got Soboslai,
Yeah.
who's a free roaming player. You have Ekitike, who's almost, and whoever it is, Ekitike or Isak, because how many times I've seen Isak left wing or Ekitike parking there behind the central attack. Those are all free roaming players. Like, there's
Yeah.
no structure in this team. And why, again,
It's-
is Gravenberg not the CDM this season? He was so good
And
last
it's-
season. He's not CDM this season.
Yeah, it's crazy because I mean, you look at somebody like if Mo Salah was there, for instance, people know if you're doing that counter, you know exactly where Mo Salah is to pass the ball to him. You know exactly where he is. However, when we're doing the counter now, it's like Liverpool have the ball and they look up and they see all the different players running everywhere, and then eventually we turn around and we pass it back, and then the whole counter was gone. There was a specific period against Fulham where I think we could have countered them, and then I think it was Gravenberch or Soboslai who had the ball, and we had runners making runs everywhere, but we stopped and we turned and we passed back, and it was so frustrating because we are known for being lethal on a counter or being lethal on a high press and scoring against the teams. I mean, I take it back to the one goal. I can't remember if it was against Spurs or somebody, where it was Luis Diaz who ran right through the middle and scored that goal, that 1-0 for us the last season. It was just
Last
in
season,
those counters.
Brentford early on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in those counters, the players just knew where to be. And you are right. It's like everybody is just everywhere right now. And to score a counter is like something that we don't do now. When I feel that's something that Liverpool is best suited at. We don't play to our strengths. I think it's like we almost want to play an entire pass move, but all we do is pass it across the goal.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating.
And I mean, I
It's
don't
very,
want to touch, I don't want to touch on Liverpool for too long, right? But I think the
yeah.
other thing also is how come we will do a 50-pass sequence and go nowhere, and then the opposition will just do 2 passes and they're in behind. Like
Because they take the risks.
that's the
They
structure.
take the risks for the passes to actually get it in the box or make those passes in the. They know that they probably can get counted, but they take the risk in order to do it. And guess what? Their chances pays off. We try to be too perfect or try to make the perfect pass and end up getting 10 or 50 more passes than the opposition just to go nowhere. And that's the frustrating thing. And then the other team will counter us. Look at Raul Jimenez when they countered us after our passes,
Yeah.
and then Wilson cracked the post. We were
Yeah.
dominating. Pass. And what? They had the better chance at the end. And then when
That's
that
why,
gets
like I
cleared off the line.
always say, if this Liverpool team can figure it out, it'll be a very dangerous team. And now I don't know, like this slot guy,
Are we not
I
past
love
that
him.
point? Are we not past
But
that
that's
point in
the
the season
thing.
where it's like if they figure out, like, yeah, they probably figure out at some point, but it's like it's almost like top things in the league or top things that you can achieve, I think, are pretty much gone. Do you not think? Do you not think
Yeah,
it's too far?
perfect. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why a lot of Liverpool fans want this honest slot out. Like I was willing to give him the time and stuff. I probably still am willing to give him a buy for this season. But like the fact that you have lost your identity. Last season, I could tell you straight. I could tell you everything about Liverpool. I could tell you that Gravenberg is a deep lying CDM playmaker that can receive the ball from the centre backs and take it all the way to the attackers. I can tell you that Liverpool goes wide, does a cross, far post. There's always someone there. I can tell you how Liverpool will score. This season, I can't tell you how Liverpool will
I'll
score.
tell
From
you.
the beginning, from the first game, from Bournemouth at Anfield until Fulham away, I still cannot tell you how Liverpool builds up play. And that is concerning. And the fact that Arne Slot obviously had the opportunity to go into the transfer market, bought all these players, has adapted he completely abandoned the formation and the system from last season. He had a winning formula, in my opinion, which was perfect, just good. How many times we always said Slot, he might not have had a good first half. He goes into halftime, he figures it out, he wins it in the second half. And now all of a sudden, Liverpool don't have an identity this season because this guy thought, I don't want people to always say it's Klopp's team and Klopp's system. I want to have my own system. Well, he's now done that, and now look how far back Liverpool have gone.
Was
Yeah,
there a
it's
reason why
fact.
XTK wasn't playing today?
They said he had a hamstring kind of issue, and obviously playing
Oh, okay.
Arsenal next, they didn't want to risk him at all. So
Yeah.
That's gonna be an interesting pod tomorrow when we talk about that. That's gonna be an interesting game. That's gonna be an interesting game. I think low key, Cheeks might be getting clapped.
Never thought I would
knowing
say
Liverpool,
We need some list there, bro.
knowing Liverpool, they might end up
Yeah.
playing better against Arsenal than they did against freaking Fulham and Leeds. Knowing Liverpool,
Yeah.
just
Well,
like
hopefully he's
everybody
back for that game.
expected City to perform today, and then Chelsea still got something out of it. But I don't know. We'll get to that tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can jump straight to the Chelsea game if you guys
Yeah.
got everything off about Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can go for it. Enzo. Which Enzo?
I don't know who to talk about first, to be honest. I don't know what to talk about first, to be honest. Let's talk about the game, right? Then you can ask me about the manager later. In terms of the game, to be honest, like, it's interesting because mid-game I was looking at Callum McFarlane's career path, and his career path literally went from being like a Sunday League manager to then, basically a Sunday League manager to then randomly getting appointed at was it Man City as like some assistant to an academy coach, and then moved to Southampton, then moved to Chelsea this summer. And then went from under 21s to under 19s, and then now is the Chelsea full-time, Chelsea interim boss. It's kind of mad. After, obviously, the conversations we had, Mac, I was like, damn, it's like, if you're born in England, all you need to do is manage the Sunday League team when you're there. But, I was caught in two minds. Because I was like, obviously, what you said in the chat, Nawaz, where it's like, basically, Chelsea should lose, so then Arsenal can't win the league. I don't think Arsenal are going to win. I don't think City are going to win the league anyway. So, I was thinking, I don't care about this game. The game comes, and I'm like, nobody talk to me, leave me alone, because it's Chelsea. It's mad what football does to you. Because this week I've been absolutely heads gone. Love for the club is just so gone. Because I'm thinking this club is just absolutely messed up. We actually might become a banter club, genuinely banter era level of management, And then the boys turn up. This weekend. Reece James in a midfield against Rice. comes out on top. In the midfield against Rodri, comes out on top. And Malo Gusto at the very end. That brother, I don't like crossing. I don't like seeing him cross the ball at all. He cannot do anything in the final third. Today, alhamdulillah. I made dua about 10 minutes before the end. I was like, oh Allah, please make us come back in this game. And Allah accepted my prayers. Alhamdulillah. So, the ball to the back post. And we still, I don't know how Delap didn't get that. And Enzo still nearly missed it. But the ball went in the net. Finished 1-1. I was happy with that. Johnny Reinders, I mean, what a goal. But there were so many times, and I want to say this about City, I think their front four is probably the best in the league. Like when you have Reinders, Cherky, Foden, and Haaland. And Haaland has a lot of support, right? Foden and Cherky, there's a problem there, in my opinion. There were so many times Cherky was free and Foden didn't pass the ball to him when it's like simple on a play. And there was one time with Foden where Cherky should play the ball into it. I think that might be a problem. But yeah, ultimately, I don't think City will win the league. They weren't good enough today. Their defense is too big of a problem. And Chelsea came away with a draw. And I love the fact that he celebrated, Enzo celebrated that goal. But in my head, I'm kind of like, bro, you know what I mean? Like big Chelsea, we shouldn't be celebrating draws. You know what I mean? But it's like the stage of football club that we are now. I mean, we'll take what we can get.
Yeah, I fully agree with you also on the fact that City ain't going to win this league because of how bad their defense is. I mean, I think all of us would have predicted at the beginning of the season, because obviously, take away your hindsight, but at the beginning of the season, we all would have predicted Liverpool or Arsenal to win the league. And now it looks like it's clear on Arsenal, though.
Yeah.
I think Haaland did have some chances. I mean, the one chance where he skinned Buddy Ashil and bent that thing in, I was like, the O was ready to celebrate.
Oh, yeah.
And then he just smashed the post. I mean, that was 2-0. I mean, that was going to be, no, that was 1-0. That was going to be 1-0, I think, right there. He was already. But yeah, I mean, didn't take your chances, came back to bite them. So.
Oh, but I mean, Pedro Neto, I don't know if you boys watched that game, right? Did any of you watch it?
I watched it.
Yeah, that Pedro Neto chance, I'm sorry. I think he's really good. I think he's played well for us. I don't think he's like in a team that can win the Premier League or a team that wins the Champions League. I don't think he could be a starting right winger, to be honest, unless you have an elite level manager. That chance that Enzo Fernandez basically creates for himself, that is absolutely shameful that you put it over the bar there. Like, that is so shameful. I just couldn't. I was watching. I was like, you're a professional footballer for Chelsea Football Club. You do not put that over the bar. Like, you actually, like, that is just absolutely disgusting. And Cole Palmer, one thing I'll say about Palmer is there's some sort of disconnect with our front line, right? Because Palmer didn't want to pass the ball to Neto in the first half. He held on to the ball for way too long when we were taking counterattacks. And he's just like not in rhythm yet. And I think that might be a problem for England, because if he's not in rhythm, I don't think England win the World Cup. But that guy, like, he coming back from injury, I need to see by February time, and there's loads of games now in January. Hopefully he stays fit for the whole month, but like, I need to see more from him. And I think the coach, I don't even know what the hell his name is. I forgot what his name is. But the coach was wrong to play Esteval, Enzo, and Palmer in one team, because there's just no physicality. And we were getting absolutely overrun in the first half in terms of physically. And City brought their way into the game, and then ultimately they scored the goal. And then when he changed it and brought Santos on, you know me, I'm not the biggest fan of Santos. He impressed me today. And so did Jorgensen. Jorgensen was okay as well. When I saw him on the team sheet, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to watch this game. I really don't want to watch this game now.
Yeah, I was also surprised.
But what happened to Sanchez, though? Is he injured?
He was injured. He picked up a hamstring knock or something. And then Fofana was out with fever. When he was he was in the Alps over the last like 3 days. So that's really good, mate. When we're trying to recoup our league position, and you man are bloody going to the Alps. Like, come on, man, pattern up. You've been out for so long. I'm just thinking it's just silly, man. It's silly. They're getting a winter break in a month. You know what I mean? Can you not just wait? You know, you get paid 200 grand a week to be a centre back for Chelsea Football Club. Can you not just wait? But in the end, it was immaterial. We got a point, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, it was something that I don't think a lot of people saw coming. People thought with the dysfunctionality in Chelsea right now, the manager leaving, assistant manager there, interim manager, like, you know, so much happening with the club right now, and the way City were playing, people thought, right, you know what, walk all over them, and it's the worst time for Chelsea to play City. But City didn't take their chances. Chelsea came back.
Yeah, because City did have a lot of chances in their game still. That's the thing. And I feel like City, over the past couple of game weeks now, they've shown that the ruthless City going forward, but they've always shown also now the vulnerabilities at the back in the past couple of games. So that for me is probably what doesn't make City win the league this season. The fact that he's so vulnerable at the back. Because even Rodri was there. He was there today, but he's not the Rodri of old, is he?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. He was slow. I don't know if you noticed it, but he's like really slow on the ball. I mean, he only played half an hour the other week, but he was so slow. It was crazy. But so I can't really take James being Rodri and like a bout. I can say it, but it's like kind of a shameless win, you know, because Rodri is still coming back. He's still coming back from fitness. But yeah, the coach got it wrong in selection in first half. That's about like you just can't play that three. But it's good to see Andre Santos actually did something. You know, because he's been terrible, and he was terrible first 10 minutes he came on. So it's good that he brought himself into the game. And there was times where we had so much space in midfield just from playing out against that front four, because that front four is never going to track back. And Guardiola's keep on changing this defense. And Mac, I know obviously you were the only one that said that Chelsea were going to like get something from the game. I know it's probably more in hope than expectation, but it's like the only reason that happens is because Guardiola changes this defense like constantly, non-stop. Like he changes that defense so much that Liam Delap actually looked like a Premier League striker against them. And I guarantee you, bro, against every other team, he doesn't look like a Premier League striker.
But then, do you think if Enzo Maresca was still around, you would have picked that same starting 11?
You know, when I think of Enzo Maresca, I think of, do you know the song was like, how I'm feeling, it doesn't matter. Do you know that song?
Cause you know I'm okay.
Yeah, that was. And like a video of him going like this.
My guy, just demonetized.
Enzo Maresca.
Yeah.
I didn't post a video because I was actually sad. Because I don't want to be too dramatic, right? Because football moves very quickly. But I'm going to say the statement, and I'm going to say why I think it is. When Enzo Maresca got sacked and a day later, I generally thought this is the death of Chelsea Football Club, right? Because, first of all, there's no future. In the sense, like, what top manager is going to come in and let some random businessman tell him how to do his job? It's like me going to your job and telling you exactly how, oh, you did this wrong, but you should be doing this better, because I've watched some IT videos. It's like, well, mate, I've done a degree for 3 years. I've done 5 years of experience. Who the hell are you to tell me just because you watch some guy on YouTube talk about IT? Like, who the hell are you actually to do that, right? I'm surprised Enzo Maresca put up for it for so long, but technically he was a championship-winning manager, so I guess he didn't have much legs to stand on. He thought probably as he built up, he wouldn't have to do that. That's first things first. Second of all, the ego in these directors and the ego in all the owners besides Todd Bowley, right, is absolutely ludicrous, right? This whole business model is ludicrous. And I didn't think it was, because I thought if you have a really good manager, you can do all this BS, and we can solve, like, this coach can solve all the problems on the pitch, and we'll win games, we'll win trophies, and nothing will be a problem. And in 3-4 years time, we'll have a factory of young players that we can get profit from. We can take over on this PSR thing. We'll have a team on the pitch that can compete against anybody. We'll have a manager that really wants to take us forward, and everybody's a winner. And now, I mean, what the hell are we doing? You know, Liam Rossini is going to be the new Chelsea boss, right, by all accounts. To be honest, like, with the situation that we have yeah, exactly. Well, with the situation that we have with our owners and stuff, it's like no top managers ever, like, you think Xavi, Zidane, Klopp, even Eddie Howe's going to come into a situation where it's like, yeah, mate, you've done all these things in your career, but like, we'll let you get away with, we'll have to come in and talk to you about every single game, about substitutions, bringing players on. No top manager with any self-respect is ever going to do that. I understand where Rossini is going to come in, because first of all, he's part of the model. If it doesn't work out for him, he can go back to Strasbourg. And obviously, he's a younger manager. So, like, when's he going to have the opportunity to work for Chelsea? So for him, it makes sense. For Chelsea as a football club, it's like, where the hell are we going? You know, like, I can talk to you about next season, 26-27. We're going to challenge Arsenal for the title. Bro, when I watch Arsenal play, as much as it kills me, I was watching Arsenal on one screen on Wednesday when we played Bournemouth and you played Villa. I was watching Arsenal on TV and Chelsea on TV and Arsenal on the bottom screen. And I was just lying back on my sofa just thinking, like, this used to be us. I used to watch Chelsea on the TV and be like, this is unbelievable. These guys are shocking. And, like, how the tables have turned, right? But our leadership, our owners, like, need to fix up, because we're actually losing the club. We are actually losing. We might become worse. Honestly, genuinely, I think we're going to become Man United. I think there's a real chance that we become Manchester United because imagine we get this appointment wrong, the rest of the season goes bad. Cole Palmer goes, why am I still here? Reece James thinks, well, I've gone through the first rebuild. I'm not rebuilding again. Enzo Fernandez might go to Real Madrid. Moises Caicedo, why would he stay? Like, we can get to a point where we lose big players, right? And players don't want to come to us. Yeah, we might have the Chelsea name, and some of them might turn into world beaters, but we're just going to become like a Sidemen club, you know? And that's what I'm really scared of, which is basically like, it's entitled because I'm a Big Six fan and I've seen all the success, but it's like, bro, for your manager to walk out because of the way you're treating him is like, he didn't even get compensation. You know what I mean? Like, he probably could have got 10, 15 million if he got sacked. He didn't even want that. He was like, bro, I can't deal with this BS. I'm going to go to City in 2 years' time, and I'm going to win the league, and I'm going to celebrate at Stamford Bridge. And if he does that, all power to him. I have nothing against that guy. But that's what it feels like. It just feels like the death of my club. That's what it feels like. And yeah, we might win a league, or we might win a trophy or whatever. But until these owners change, and until like there's a change of approach upstairs, oh my God, we're going nowhere fast. We're going absolutely nowhere fast.
Yeah. That's because, like, if you look at Chelsea, like, which manager would think, okay, I'm safe to be in this club long term also. Right now, Chelsea is looking more like a stepping stone club. And I think that's still a good position to be compared to...
Bro, we were one of the biggest clubs in the world. And now, what you're saying is exactly right. Why would a big manager come? Because first of all, he's not going to listen to some random businessman telling him what to do, right, about his job. Xavi's never going to listen to that. No top manager is ever going to listen to that, right? That's first things first. And as you said, oh, okay, if you don't get on with your seniors, we'll kick you out even if you're doing a good job. What sort of bakwas is that? Like, what sort of nonsense and foolishness is that? It makes no sense. Makes no sense. This guy got his top 4 Conference League, won the Club World Cup, is doing amazing now, and they're trying to spin this PR bullshit of like, oh, he was talking to City, so that's why the relationship deteriorated. Shut up, man. Shut up. Because I know there's going to be fans people in the fan base that go, oh, well, he was talking to City. Oh, well, he was looking at United. It's like, shut up. Shut up, because like it's just absolutely. First of all, it's nonsense. You're falling into this blue pill model bullshit, which means they can get away with more of their nonsense of like buying silly players, just thinking of it as a business model, not letting the manager actually manage, not letting anyone have control apart from themselves. It's like, bro, I put so much emotional time. Millions of Chelsea fans put so much emotional energy into this club, and you're just ruining it. Like, you're just coming in like a virus from the inside. So it hurts, bro. It absolutely hurts. And the fact that Enzo Maresca left, I don't feel good. You know, I don't feel good.
Yeah, I think with Chelsea, the problem here is I don't know, there's no patience. Even if you win something currently from the owners and stuff, there's just no patience. So big managers, as we say, they're not going to look at that and be like, what am I going to come to Chelsea for, just to get my reputation embarrassed and then get sacked and kicked out? If you could do it to people like shitty, like Graham Potter, do it to someone as big as a club legend like Frank Lampard. You know, I mean, look at Di Matteo. He won the Champions League.
I mean, they were shit.
Season.
No, because there's a difference. There's a difference, Nikhil, because you're right. That is absolutely right, right? Like, why would you go to a place that you're going to get sacked? I understand that, right? First of all, there's a reason, because one, you get money, and also it's Chelsea, but still a massive club. But the problem with this is that the sporting directors and the owners are not giving the coach any level of, like, authority, any level of, like, we believe in you, back this. Like, why would anyone with any, like, when you're trying to achieve things at work, you need to have some level of, like, you know what, Hamza, we believe in you, go do it. Right, whatever you want to do, we'll go with the failures or we'll go with the successes. It's fine. We believe in you. If you don't have that, why the hell would you come to that job? Like, why would you do that? That's why we're having Liam Rosenior come in or Felipe Luis come in, because they're unproven managers that want to use Chelsea to look good on their CV, which makes absolute sense for them. And I think Liam Rosenior is a smart guy. Yeah. I know he's a PE teacher, and it didn't sound good, his what do you call it, like his motivational stuff, right? A halftime team talk. But like, I've seen him in England. I've seen him on the Debate. That was a show that was on like maybe 6 or 7 years ago on Sky Sports. He was always very eloquent, and you could tell he was going to be a good manager. So like, I think he'll be an okay coach. He's worked with some of the players before, like Delap and Andre Santos and Penders and things like that. But it's just like, flipping out. Unless he does an absolute madness, this club is not in the position to win. this club is not in the position to be successful, which I can't ever say before was ever the case. That we weren't in a position to be successful. Like this feels like Arsenal of like 2019. You know, that's what it feels like, but worse. Or even when Arsene Wenger the last couple of years. I feel like this is how it would feel like.
Yeah.
But it is worse. It is worse because of the fact that it's like there's no future, like you said. It's like with Arsenal, with Arsene Wenger, it's like okay, once Wenger goes, we'll rebuild again because the owners are still there. But these current owners, it's like I don't know what they're playing because, like you said, also
they kept the same
model
owners,
now
so
is by
approach. If I remember
the
correctly,
approach
man,
is
it's the
terrible.
same owners. Stan Kroenke owns it, right?
Arsenal, yeah. Stan Kroenke's son, I think.
Yeah, Josh Kroenke.
Kroenke still own it, yeah, essentially. But with Chelsea, it's like you're basically Leonardo DiCaprio FC. You'll only go for the 25-year-olds and younger, and then you don't even like give the manager time. That's the thing. Like with Enzo Maresca, you'll just won the Club World Cup. Give the man time, but you'll need to give them authority also. I feel like I don't know how true this is. I'm sorry, you can maybe confirm this. I read somewhere that Enzo Maresca said that he didn't even have full authority over lineups and substitutes. Is that true?
I saw reports about that, but it came from Matt Law. Matt Law is like he's not a very respected. He's like, for some reason, he gets a lot of access at Chelsea, but he's not a respected source. So I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case because, like, why is Garnacho starting every game, right? Why are all the I can't think of other players off the top of my head, but like Garnacho played loads of games. Sancho was playing loads of games when he was out of form. Mudryk was playing loads of games when he was out of form. It's like obviously there's some level of manager we don't trust you so much, But I don't know, man. I'm hoping for a miracle, man. That we have a guy who can coach to the highest level possible, can deal with all the nonsense. Maybe Rossini is good because he's like, well, I'm not good enough to kind of be to hold the authority that you expect me to have. But then on the other hand, it's almost like Enzo Maresca earned that authority level that you should have, and then he earned that authority, and then he didn't get given it. So it's like even if Rossini does good, then the owners are still going to screw you over.
I would say Enzo Maresca was probably the best yes man Chelsea's owners could have ever had. The fact that he was a yes man and still won 2 trophies, and he still looked like he was a manager that looked like he could really give any team in world football a run for their money.
And it's true. It is true because he turned up against the big teams. He turned up in the Premier League against the big teams. He did it against PSG. They were having a dip in form, but I mean, bro, they were unbeaten in November. The whole of November, I think they went unbeaten. And then December, they had the normal, typical Chelsea blip. I think maybe the owners forgot about Chelsea and they run in December. They should have spoken to Amra. I mean, he was stating it from the beginning of December. And then, nope, sorry, that's not good enough. Bam.
Yeah.
But,
we were second, 3 points behind Arsenal. Second, 3 points behind Arsenal. Now we're 18 points behind.
I have a question for you, Hamza, Nikhil, and Noaz. Who's in a worse off position, Chelsea or Liverpool? At this moment in time,
Chelsea,
you sure?
Chelsea. As much as Liverpool right now, we've got the inconsistency. We still have the trust of the board for the manager, and the manager hopefully has the trust in the players that we have, and vice versa. Chelsea have to completely rebuild with the players that they have, with the manager that's going to come in, and for them it's a bigger problem.
No,
we both have problems.
It's a whole model situation.
We both have problems, but Chelsea's is a bigger problem. That's a whole managerial problem, bro. You're gonna get a new guy coming in.
I get that, but at the moment, both teams got no identity. So from there, I'm saying who has the better chance on improving? Because just say they bring Rosinha in, and he fits in this model, blah blah blah, gets it all going. They're not. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do.
I think with Liverpool, I made a video about it actually earlier today. I think we are one signing away from actually getting an identity again. You need an anchor in midfield in order for you to get stability. Once Liverpool get like an out and out CDM, his main job, his credentials should be sweeping up, should be sliding tackles, should be being a tank in the midfield. Once we get that sort of profile in the midfield, I feel like we'll be a lot more stable because you can't control a midfield with McAllister as your CDM and Gravenberg, because Gravenberg this season is more advanced. I don't understand Slot. Is he forgetting that he created one of the best players in the league last season, putting Gravenberg at CDM? He hasn't been doing that this season. So Arne Slot, I don't know who else is calling the shots there at Liverpool. Once you can get like an out and out CDM and you partner him up with a Gravenberg or with a McAllister, I feel like Liverpool will be a lot better.
Yeah, Mark, I would reluctantly say Chelsea. I think we have better players, we have more quality, but when you're talking about a model, like our only way of success is that a coach comes in, accepts the BS that he's going to get from higher ups, doesn't build an ego, and somehow fixes this team to consistently produce, right? When all the things in the background are not there to help him. So he's basically going up he's got an uphill battle and he's got ice skates on. It's like we're basically hoping that he's the best ice skater in the world, essentially. So in my head, like Liverpool in a better position, but Chelsea have better quality. They have better structure. Is what I would say.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I actually
in
asked
the
the
league,
question.
we're still in the top 4 race somehow. How the hell are we still in the top 4 race? You know,
From
we've
fourth
dropped,
till 10th, by the way,
we've
it's
dropped
only
like
about
16 points. We've dropped 16 points in the last 7 game weeks, 7 or 8 game weeks, something like that. And we're still in the top 4 race, which is like we can have a blip, a massive blip, and still be in that race. Whereas Liverpool are playing well and still aren't like pulled away, you know. So I think this season, I don't know, man. I can't confidently be like Chelsea will finish above them, but I'll have to see like the next couple of weeks. But I'm happy that the other teams haven't been able to jump on the fact that we've been terrible.
No, personally for me,
good either.
I felt Chelsea were actually a team that could compete in the Champions League this season if they had Maresca. But now,
Yeah,
I'm taking them out of that, bro, because I literally thought they would do something there.
well, let's see what we get, man. Because if you can unlock Palmer and we can build some quality from other players, like João Pedro's playing all right now. Now Andres Santos has played okay. Gus has, like, our players are playing well, man. Like, an Enzo's a second striker. I love it. You know, but it's just like, why have we done, like, why is our club so poisoned? That's what I think. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on because I could cry about this all night. Let's move to the Arsenal game because that was an interesting one. Mark, you can take the floor on that.
Oh, Arsenal literally, this was a poor game from us. I'm not gonna lie, it was really poor. But at the same time, it's understandable because we had Villa during the week, and Villa are a formidable outfit. But the way we took Villa apart during midweek was a whole nother story on its own. The Bournemouth game, I felt like we were too much in our comfort zone, especially with Gabriel with that first goal, the way he gave it to Evan Nilsson, and he obviously slotted it away. But this comes back to the mentality of us, where in previous seasons we didn't have that mentality, and now we're jumping on and taking it head on. Gabriel straight after that comes on, gets a goal from a corner set piece again. And then, well, Odegaard, I think, was amazing, though. Odegaard is like we're seeing the old Odegaard back again. Like that pass to Declan Rice, that fake shot, side pass, bro, that was just class. And then Declan Rice, bro. This guy, I don't know, he's a monster. If he continues this till the end of the season, player of the year, bro. Player of the year. I'm not even lying. He's a monster, bro.
I don't hear it. I heard Arsenal fans. I don't hear that.
I just have
player
a
of the
question
year.
though, right? So I know that people were ranting and raving about Gokares coming in. He's this thing. He's the missing piece. He's everything. Do you actually believe? Because I think so. Do you believe that your missing piece was Declan Rice in this entire Arsenal team that you guys have right now? Do you believe?
I think it
that he
was
the missing
Gokares. I'll
piece?
tell you why.
Because
I'll answer you. I'll tell you now. The reason why I say this is, okay, I know the reason why I say this is I know a striker is supposed to impact in terms of goals, but the way Gyökeres opens up the pitch for us is crazy. Like, we have more space going forward. No, listen to me. Let me land. If you saw that goal, Declan Rice scored the third goal, bro. He literally pulled 5 players away. 5. And created that space for him to get onto the ball. So you'll see the difference when Jesus comes on. Jesus just stands there, bro. He does nothing. The ball falls to him and he can finish sometimes. But I think Gyökeres was the missing link, bro.
so,
yeah,
but
off the
then
ball is massive. Absolutely.
But then he's a striker, so you're trying to say off the ball he's there and bought for creating space, and Declan Rice is the one scoring the goals. So it's like opposite effect.
Yeah, but
between
Nikhil, that's
both
his
of them.
agenda.
It's the
That's
context,
his
bro.
agenda.
It's the context you're looking at. Yeah.
That's his
But I
agenda,
mean,
bro. Yeah,
but
he should score more.
looking at it overall, Declan Rice has been a player that's done it for you guys, for scoring goals, for defending, for creating goals, for passing. He is like the engine that I feel freaking any team in the Premier League would prosper from. Declan Rice fits into probably any team in the Premier League right now, because what
Bro.
he delivers and what he gives is so much more than just a midfielder right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I mean, I feel he's the
That
missing link
is
for you guys.
pure credit to Arteta at the same time. Because if Declan Rice was sitting at 6, you wouldn't be seeing the same output from him. He was the one that drove him forward. He is putting Gyökeres up front. By that, I'm telling you, Gyökeres was the missing piece. Declan Rice, obviously, no one can replace him. I'm not denying that. But we don't have a striker up top that stretches defenses like how Gyökeres does.
But then
That's
right now,
what
and
it
this
is.
is
You
just
could have
hearing
gotten a
this.
discount. You could have gotten a discount because we were selling
Yeah.
Darwin Nunez. We would have given you a discount and someone that could do the exact same thing. Darwin Nunez is
High-press-
also a proven Premier
high-press
League winner.
clean
Doing the
space.
exact same thing. Yeah,
Oh.
this is Darwin Nunez.
We don't care about that.
Look. I've heard, I've seen this, and that people say that Gyökeres is like the third or fourth choice striker for you. They're saying that Marino is better,
Also,
Jesus is better, Trossard is better, and now obviously they're saying maybe even Kai Havertz coming back would probably be better. So if you had to see, okay, against Liverpool, who are you putting up front?
Gyökeres, bro. Definitely starting Gyökeres. I saw a lot of Arsenal fans starting Jesus. But what does Jesus offer you? Honestly, what does Jesus offer you? I know you'll say Gyökeres can't hold up the plate. Can Jesus do that?
But Jesus looking
Uh-huh.
clinical in that goal that he scored.
Bro,
One
that's
touch
one in a
bang.
million. That is 1 in a million.
But he came back
Jesus
with
had
like
how many times he had the previous seasons to win us the league against Southampton 3 years ago when we drew 3-3. If that guy scores, we win the league. He had so many chances like Giroud in flipping 2013 when Enzo was putting on the plate for him. Bro, I get that. He's an amazing player, but Gyökeres was the missing piece.
And also, you got to say
So-
one thing, right? Like, yeah, he might not be scoring the goals, and maybe Max overstretching it a little bit. I do agree, but he is overstretching it a little bit. But I mean, who gives a fuck? They're winning all their games. They're now 6
Yeah, bro.
points clear. They're now like by far and away. Like this is officially theirs to lose now. We're over halfway through the season, and nobody's really looking like they can touch them. You know, so whether it's Gyökeres or Rice, and let's not get it twisted, Mac. You're saying Rice could be player of the season. I think he's good. Before yesterday, he only had 2 goals all season in 19 games. Before yesterday,
Besides the
19
goals, I'm talking about his
2 goals.
all-round game, bro.
I
Which
don't
player in
know.
the Premier
he's
League?
stretching that.
Which player in the Premier
have no
League you
midfield.
see runs for 90 minutes consistently? Which player?
No, it's
Tell me
good.
one player in the Premier League.
Jordan Henderson, bro. Come on.
Reece James,
This season, I'm talking about, bro.
Oh,
Bruno
Reece James,
Fernandes.
mate. Reece James, bro.
Who invited my man?
Man.
I'm joking. No, Bruno also does do run.
Bro, he got the most.
Regardless of that, bro, those set pieces, those free kicks, those corners, which player lands it almost 8 times out of 10 on a plate?
Bruno Fernandes, because
Wait,
we
no.
also have the most joint. We have the joint most.
Lost your
50
Bruno
goals,
debate,
bro.
brother. Don't worry about that. Lost that.
Are you trying to force a Declan Rice thing here? I'm giving you the
Yeah,
facts.
you are.
I'm not
because
trying to force anything.
Bruno-
I'm showing
He's an
you
athletic
people
beast.
who watch with their
But
eyes,
people were
bro.
trying to compare him to Torre. Like that to me was like
I
absolutely
heard that.
despicable,
I heard
bro.
that.
Like
I
people
know, that's
try.
different, bro.
I'll see
That's
Arsenal
different.
fans for years, bro. Try to do that. It's like you're not doing that, bro. Just because he's an athletic freak. He was running a right back at a 95th minute against whoever you played in the week, Villa, or was it Villa?
Villa,
Somebody
bro.
else?
Villa.
Yeah, I know it's incredible, but it's like
a
you're
genuine
fit, bro.
response.
Pause. But you're like
A
your
genuine
fitness was
response.
high.
Because
Cool.
Mac was asking, I'll give you a genuine response. Soboslai can
Szoboszlai.
genuinely do that also.
Yeah, and Bruno
Yeah.
Fernandes as well.
Yeah, Szoboszlai actually.
The stats
Yes,
is
most
there,
likely.
bro, because if we literally have the same amount of set piece goals, and Bruno takes all our set pieces, free kicks, corners.
True.
So the
Bruno's
proof is in the
class.
pudding,
Bruno's
bro.
Bruno's class.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I'm
and
just putting my shout out
I'll
there.
just. No, Declan Rice is good, right? And you know what? Like Hamza said, you all are winning your games. You all might even win the league. So I'm not going to discredit you all. But the minute you'll
Yeah.
start having conversations that no one asked for, then that's when you'll start
Yeah.
because Declan Rice, right? He's very good. Don't get me wrong. But I heard some people already saying he's better than Steven Gerrard. Current Rice better than Steven Gerrard.
Oh, bro.
And that even if he wins the
Yeah,
Premier League, he
getting
still
a
won't
lot.
be because Steven Gerrard's having debates with Lampard and Scholes, who's won multiple. So Declan Rice winning one ain't gonna make him better than Steven Gerrard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a heavy
But
one.
we'll wait
But
for
on
those
that,
Yeah, I
days.
get
We'll
that.
wait for
we'll wait. But on that note about
There's still time.
Bruno Fernandes, let's hear what Uzi has to say about United
Hey, shit game.
and Amram Ball and storming out of the press conference.
Let's talk
Remember
about the
Ball
Wolves
now,
game.
it's a-
Yo, Uzi. Because I'm the
go
host
back
today,
to
yeah,
your work, yeah.
we're going to go back to match week 19 because this is a match week 19 and 20 roundup. Let's talk about the Wolves game first and then let's build into the leads. Let's have our starters before we have our mains. Let's go.
Oh, right. Oh. I don't even know why we went back to a 3-4-3 unprovoked, bro. Unprovoked.
I think man should have just started off with
It's Wolves.
Bruno not being there.
It's I'm like, without having Bruno, we do nothing. We just sideways football. Ugarte receives the ball, he looks front, he turns back. He gets the ball again, he looks forward, he gives it back to Martinez. We give it to Shaw gives it back to Martinez, it goes back to Lemons, and it just cycles around the back. It's so frustrating. Then when Mateus Cunha is calling for the ball in the pockets, they don't want to give him the ball. It's really, really frustrating. And that Wolves games, I don't know how Benjamin Sesko missed like 3 or 4 good opportunities in that game. But who else? Yeah. It was just-
Forget
He wasn't even that
the
good
Wolves
today.
game. Today, bro.
Today
That one he
also,
had right in
Good
front.
today.
Today I don't understand why he didn't start Joshua Zirkzee first of all. He played Patrick Dogu, a left wing back. They played Patrick Dogu in a second 10.
L hairline, bro.
They played Patrick Dogu in a second 10, bro.
You know why? It's because he scored against Newcastle. That's why. He scored against Newcastle.
No,
all of a sudden he can take 10.
but that was off the wing.
That was the finish,
Not
though.
in the 10, bro. Not in the 10.
Yeah, I don't know why you had so many
Was
defenders on
Amorim's first
today.
signing also.
We've had 6 defensive players on the pitch starting the game. 6 defensive
Yeah.
players, bro.
By the way, I called the Wolves thing. These man called me crazy. I called the
Yeah,
Wolves thing.
he
I
called
knew
it,
you weren't
bro.
going to win that game. And then they went on to win that game. And what do you think about Amorim's comments after the game? Where he's like, I've got
I
18
wanna
months left
know.
on my contract.
I want to know, what does he mean? I'm the manager of the team. I'm not the coach. I'm here for 18 months till my contract is done in 2027. Then the next guy is going to come in.
He means he rules the team. No one can tell him what to do.
Bro,
He makes the final decision.
But maybe there is a difference, isn't? I mean, maybe Mac will be
There
able to
is.
enlighten us because
Yeah,
it's
there
in
is,
the
bro.
system. But
The
it's
manager
What's
has
the
total
difference?
control of everything. The manager has total control of everything, like finances, scheduling of everything, like going onto the team bus, the number of people on it, all those like finer details. Whereas the coach is literally there just to coach the team. That's all he does. He's not part of the transfers, not part of all the admin work, nothing else. Just coach the team, purely that. The manager takes control of everything as a whole.
but he must be a bit brain dead as a manager then to see that this 3-4-3 is not graphing when we had a 4-2-3-1 and Joshua Zirkzee in the 10 and we had Cunha at left wing. It was somewhat working. You take off Joshua Zirkzee at halftime against, who was it? Was it Wolves? Yeah, he scored the goal, right? To put us in front. We go in at halftime at 1-1. You take him off, you bring on all the youngsters, and then nothing happens there. It's just kick to kick it front and nothing happens. Today also, as soon as Joshua Zirkzee comes on, he gets an assist.
It's
Benjamin
related to
Sesko.
like,
Benjamin Sesko ghosted the whole game.
Can we talk about Sesko though? Because I heard he had such a shocker.
He is
Oh,
frustrating
it was
this
horrible.
entire fan base. There's this much patience that you can give a player, but his patience it's run out because against Wolves he hit the post, right, and he missed another like three good chances. Today, Casemiro hit a Travella cross to him. Brother went for the header. His face is here. The ball smacks him on the side of his face and it goes left. Then another one, Joshua Zirkzee goes to the byline. He cuts it across. So, brother is free. No pressure. He shoots it wide, not even on target, bro.
Yeah. I watched the last like 20 minutes of that
really-
game. He wasn't very good.
But
Yeah, he
as soon
wasn't
as
very
we
good.
switched into that 4-2-3-1, we were playing so much better, though. As soon as Joshua Zirkzee came on.
But it's Casemiro and Ugarte, bro. When you have them two midfield,
They weren't
you're
doing too
screwed,
bad,
bro.
in my opinion, but they were getting overrun.
Yeah. But it's like there's
They
no
weren't
movement
doing
of that
too
ball
bad.
forward. There's no movement, like
You can
There's
see
no-
how
you
much
can protect,
Bruno
but-
progresses the ball. You can see how much he progresses that ball from that 8.
yeah.
Perfect
then-
picture.
It's
That's
just
so-
really frustrating. 2 weeks in a row, frustrating football on
Can
display.
we all have a
honestly.
general consensus here that Benjamin Sesko is so far leading for flop of the season?
No,
Honestly,
bro. You spent 130 million on vets, bro. Come on, man. Stop
Buzz,
being silly.
Buzz
No, but
literally
Buzz
hasn't
is
been
performing
picking
performing
up form now.
Bro, he's played shit
Nah, I
today.
hasn't been
don't think
performing
He's
bad.
had a nice goal.
But Isak
he's playing
Alexander
shit today.
Isak, boys.
what
Nah, I
was
feel
it?
bad.
He
I
broke
feel
his
bad
leg,
for him.
bro. We got-
He broke his leg.
Bro, he
Allow
broke
him,
his
bro.
leg. You can't.
But before,
we have
prior
to
to
give
him,
a buy.
Wait,
Wait, there's so many times
Prior.
he tries little dinky passes or little dribbles and they never come off. Like he needs to get
So
to the
what
pace
does
of the
Verts
Premier
do?
League ASAP,
What
bro.
should Verts do? What should Verts do?
Bro, he needs to get to the pace of the Premier League. He absolutely needs to get and understand what league he's playing in. He's not playing in the Bundesliga anymore. He's playing in the
But
Premier
still,
League.
you're not
Like, he had a
answering-
really good
you're not
finish
answering the
today.
question.
What?
What does he have to do? Get to the pace.
I
would say.
literally answered the question, bro. I said he needs to get to the pace
But
of
he-
the
but he
Premier
has
League
got to
and
the
forget
pace.
that it's Bundesliga. No, he hasn't. There's so many little touches, little jinks, little passes, little dribbles that he was trying to do that didn't come off today. Every time I watch him, that always happens. When you talk about possession loss, Xavi Simons and Florian Wirtz are amongst the worst in the league, bro. The worst in the league. And the difference between Xavi Simons and Florian
That's
Wirtz,
the
he spent
big gap.
130 million on Wirtz. I'm not saying that he's gonna stay bad. I think he'll have a bad season this year. Probably gets the pace next year and start being really good. But you're asking me today who's the flop of the season. You're trying to go for Benjamin Sesko, bro. Like that's not fair. That's not fair, bro.
Nah, bro.
I'm not right
I
out
don't
with my
think it's
guy.
Verts, bro. I don't think it's Verts. It's Verts.
How is it?
bro.
How
I
is
get
it
it.
unfair?
130 mil,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I think so.
And he plays like this.
RN16. I hate it when these rival players always inflate the prices, bro. Yes.
Oh
Might as
yeah.
well-
But
might as
then if
well-
I ask you how much
might as
Enzo
well
was,
count
it's
it in
not
rands.
150 mil.
Might as well count it in South African rands.
No, but it's in
Zao,
euros. That's what that is in euros, right? 108 mil, I think.
But like
Just put the
prior
whole
to
Liverpool
Isak,
squad, bro.
prior to Isak breaking his leg, he would have been flop of the season because a Prem proven striker only having how many goals? I can count it on my hand.
Even a camel could count it on there, to be fair. He always could.
Exactly. So I'm saying for a Prem proven striker, you're paying that amount of money and he only amounts to 2
But
goals.
you can't judge him though. It's like
Yes,
reading a
Fayad.
book with no ending.
Fayad made a good point in the chat. Where's goal offside? What the hell were they doing with the line
I
today?
agree
What
though.
the
Liverpool fans
hell
don't
was
disagree.
that?
And even the Q was it offside? I think it was offside, you know, honestly.
It was a tidy
It
finish.
was.
It was a tidy finish, but I'm pretty sure that was offside.
It was offside.
I'm pretty sure as well. Literally,
I
the
quite
lines
like
are
it.
you know,
Can we talk about
It was
that?
offside.
Conor Bradley had a really good game. But yeah, Vets definitely,
Bradley was good.
absolutely. But Mac, who were you gonna say is gonna be who was flop of the season?
Bro, I said
Is it-
Cisco.
Isak. Oh, Sesko.
It has to be
What?
Cisco, bro.
Yeah.
When you take into
Bro, it
price
has
as
to be
well.
Cisco. Yeah, I get that.
How much United bought him for?
If it's not
60 odd or
Cisco, it's Isaac, bro.
Under 100. It's under 100 more.
What the
70
hell is
million,
West
bro.
done to you, man?
70.
I think it was 75 or 72, something like that.
The fact that United pay 70 every year for a striker is mental, bro. Just to score 1 or 2 goals.
In my opinion, also, like I know Hamza was talking
He
about
looks so sad.
possession loss and
Honestly,
stuff.
that realization of like shit, we bought Hoyland, then we bought Sesko. Before that, we got Igalo.
But you know
then we
what
got
though,
Cavani,
right?
He was ass. Oh my god, I've never seen a good striker at United.
Nah,
Don't forget,
Edison
Anthony
Cavani
Martial could
was
still win the
good.
Ballon d'Or, by the way. They might still have to pay Monaco for that Ballon d'Or clause.
Edison Cavani was a decent striker. He was a decent
That's what you
striker
think
for
decent.
that.
Crazy.
Bro, listen, right? I went.
If you had Nico
listen,
Jackson,
what
you
I
guys
want?
would be propping him to this day, bro.
Look, right, I
man.
watched Lukaku in his first season at United. I watched Ibra at his first season at United.
Bro, when
Cavani
you grew
in
up,
his season
Rashford
was okay.
was the star, bro. When you grew up,
Yeah, look,
Rashford was that guy.
That's crazy to think.
Rashi was
Anthony
hitting
Simpson saw
like
that
20 goals consistently until he had that post World Cup run. That Ten Hag's first season, he was a monster. Then we went to okay, Purple Patch Wayland was better than Sesko.
Don't forget Makeda, bro. On the spin.
Makeda!
I was
I was like, who the fuck is that guy?
Don't bring that back,
three,
man.
bro. I was three.
Bring
How
back
much I
bad memories for Nick.
Oz, and then
Yeah.
cricket.
First lads. Yeah, we'll
I guess
wrap this
there's
one up.
probably nothing else to talk about. Hamza,
Yeah.
wrap it up first.
Yeah. Well, we won't do predictions, but we'll have them sorted and we'll run through them next week. We didn't go through these predictions this week, but yeah, thanks for joining us. It was a late one. It's now 10:30 in the UK, so I think it's midnight midnight in South Africa, where most of you guys are from. So appreciate you guys jumping in. Make sure to drop this account a follow, Prem de la Creme, because this is where we're going to be doing the lives from now on, and this is where all our videos are going to be posted. So make sure to join the Prem de la Creme, and tomorrow we have a big episode with Mr. Jonathan Morley. So be here at 8 p.m., 8:15 p.m. CAT Central African time, 6:15 UK time. We're going to do an Arsenal versus Liverpool preview. Mr. Max Saeed is going to be here. Sing on the Cop's going to be here. Noah's going to be here, and yeah, they're gonna go to battle. Mac's going to come out of his shell. Isn't that right, Mac?
Inshallah.
Amen, brother. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.